This problem, a girl's throwing a rock horizontally from a bridge, falls to the water below. How far does it travel horizontally before striking the water? So if we draw ourselves a little diagram here, she's throwing this ball straight out horizontally at 4.1 meters per second. So that's the horizontal speed of the ball. The ball's going to travel out here, hit the water down here somewhere. We want to know, what is this distance? What is this distance on the x-axis? So we know that the height of this bridge is 53 meters. We know we're going to have an acceleration due to gravity here of 9.8 meters per second squared. And we know this ball doesn't fall until you let go of it. So the original y velocity is 0 meters per second. So if we think about displacement and some of the problems we've seen for that, or formulas we've seen for displacement, that we can say displacement, the change in position, equals an object's original velocity times time plus the acceleration times the time squared over 2. Now, applying that to this situation, here we could label this as h, or we could label this as y because it's the vertical. So here, this x can just be replaced with a y. Well, this original velocity right here is the original y velocity. So that whole value is just going to equal 0. This acceleration is due to gravity. So instead of a, we're going to use a g, and still keep the time squared divided by 2. What I need to know is how much time does it take this ball to fall? If we just reached out here and dropped it off the bridge, it would take the same amount of time to hit the water as if we threw it out here horizontally. So we need to use the height in order to solve for the time. If I rearrange this equation, then I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. I'm going to divide by g. And then finally, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So the time is going to be 2 times our height, 53 meters, divided by 9.8 meters per second squared. And we're taking the square root of that. So 2 times 53 divided by 9.8. And I need to take the square root of that answer. And so I get a time of 3.29 seconds. All right, so this ball travels forward for 3.29 seconds. And if I want to know that distance, well then speed is distance over time. Well then the distance itself is going to be the speed times the time. So we know the ball was moving forward at 4.1 meters per second. It did that for 3.29 seconds. So multiply that last answer I had times 4.1. You get a distance of 13.5 meters. Right here, 13.5 meters.